Alright, in my fourth of 5 videos, we're going to be opening some Episode 1 packs today. So Tatooine was probably the first booster box I ever bought. And Coruscant and Theed Palace I bought a few of. I remember getting a Darth Maul from a pack in Theed Palace. But Tatooine was definitely my big Episode 1 set. So those are always fun to open. A lot of good memories opening a box back when I was, 12 or so. We'll move the Coruscant and Theed Palace off to the side. And Theed Palace actually is the last set Cypher printed. And I do have one more video after this because we'll be opening Reflections packs. So even though the Reflections packs aren't the last set, I always like to open them at the end. Just because it makes a lot of sense as a summary to me. Alright, always good to start out with any OP. Okay, that's a very good card to get. One of the better uncommons in the set. Just being able to deploy a Jedi from your reserve deck is pretty cool. A rule card. Yeah, Tatooine was the first set that put rule cards in there. Just because they used to on the top of the boxes put rules inserts. So these sheets, these folding sheets. And they were pretty cool, but it was probably cheaper just to put these on the sheet. A light side Ugnaught. Okay, our rare, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry too, very appropriate. Yeah, there's a lot of good cards you can get in this set. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Padme, Maul, of course, their weapons. Heck, even Jar Jar. But it's a nice effect, at least in the old days of the Cloud City decks. But nowadays there's other ways to get out the sets the sites that you need. A Dark Side Pod Racer, I believe. Yep. And it looks like we're going to get a Pod Race Utility Interrupt, maybe a couple more. Vader's Anger. Now, I've noticed a lot of these with Team Toe's Pod Racer, this yellow line here. I have quite a few copies that have it and quite a few that don't. So instead of just a random ink error that might occur every now and then, I think it might have been an issue with the sheet itself. So that'd be interesting to see a full sheet and see if there's a specific spot on each one where Team Toe's Pod Racer's all messed up. Okay, so we actually have pretty much everything we need to pod race except for the actual pod racing epic event. So not a terrible pack if you're going to get an effect, which is something that'll often happen in Tatooine. They made a lot of helper effects for objectives. Next up is Coruscant. And these days, there's a lot of good things in Coruscant. I mean, sure, you could get a Dioxis, but there's a lot of good rares that are in the double digits in terms of value. Make sure I be extra careful with the cards here, not so much the wrapper. I got plenty of Coruscant wrappers. Alright, so far it's lived up to its name, a Coruscant docking bay and a Coruscant guard. A nice political effect to get. This one's essential for the hyperdrive objective, trying to get the hyperdrive repaired. And that one's been virtualized to be good for it. Our rares come up any second. Eesh, you've got a lot of guts coming here. So, I suppose one of the better effects to get in terms of, I don't have that many of them, but not a lot of use for it, and it's definitely not a Darth Maul, or a Qui-Gon, or a Mace Windu, or all the other things we could have gotten. So that is a bit of a bummer. But hey, we'll get into the uncommons here. Maybe we'll get something like a laser cannon battery or a Naboo. Okay, Trade Federation battleship, not a bad uncommon to get. A senator, and another senator. Okay. So we'll see if we can maybe salvage the rare pulls from the Theed pack here in a bit. I'll get some cards off to the side. And I just learned the other day that I believe in Theed Palace you're a little bit more likely to get an alternate image card than you were in Tatooine or Coruscant. So the alternate images are still rarer than the standard image of the card for the main characters, but I've already forgotten what the ratio is. So we're going to see a lot of Gungan related stuff in Theed Palace most of the time. And for some reason this thing has 3 guns on it. It is a military repulsor lift, but it is not a combat vehicle, it's a transport vehicle. Okay, there's the objective that lets you, or tries to get you to control the throne room. It doesn't let you do it. Lots of times you get contested. Electropole. So we're getting some weapons here. This is our rare. Okay, so that is an alternate image. Very nice. So even though it is probably the least desirable alternate image in this set, it is still a fairly rare card. And hey, it's pack fresh. Can't complain about that. So a very nice card to get. I always thought it was cool how they did unique battle droids here, even though the idea of a unique battle droid almost doesn't make sense in the Trade Federation Army. And ceasefire. Oh, so we got open fire and ceasefire in the same pack. Okay, so that was the 4th of 5 videos. I'll have one more where we'll be opening Reflections packs, so I hope you tune in for that one as well. Thanks for watching.